It was a cold winter morning in New York City. Sarah, a young woman, hurried through the bustling streets, her breath forming small clouds in the frigid air. She was late for work, and the thought of spending the next 8 hours in a stuffy office made her want to curl up on a nearby stoop and just stay inside. But she had bills to pay and a dream to chase, so she trudged on. As she rounded the corner, she saw a man sitting on a stoop, his clothes tattered and his hands outstretched. It was the same man she'd seen every day for the past week, always sitting there, always hoping for some spare change. She usually ignored him, just like everyone else, lost in her own world of deadlines and demands. As the man continued talking, sharing stories of hardship and dreams deferred, Sarah found herself hanging on to every word. When they finally said their goodbyes, both were changed. Sarah's life got busy again, the demands of her job pulling her in different directions. Yet she found herself thinking about the man on the stoop. His words had resonated deep within her, reminding her of the importance of human connection in a world that often felt too automated. Sarah returned to her work, her steps lighter, her spirit renewed. The man retreated back to his stoop, his heart a little fuller, his hope rekindled. His resilience in the face of such tough times was admirable, and his spirit, though battered, refused to be broken. "I don't have much, but I hope it helps." The man's eyes widened. He opened his mouth to say something, then stopped. As she stood there, a small smile touched her lips. Even if she didn't see him today, she knew that the kindness they shared had left an indelible mark on both their lives. "This isn't just about the money, it's about the kindness. You've given me hope." Hope, the word echoed in Sarah's mind. She couldn't shake this feeling that she needed to see him again, to check in, to ensure he was okay. But when she turned the corner, her heart sank. The man wasn't on his stoop. She realized that in her haste to get to work and make something of herself, she'd forgotten the power of human connection. He looked at the money in his hands, then back at Sarah, his gaze filled with gratitude. And in that moment, she realized that she wasn't just making her way in the world. She was creating connections that mattered, weaving a tapestry of kindness, one interaction at a time. "Thank you," he whispered, his voice raspy from disuse. "You have no idea how much this means to me." But something about his eyes, filled with a deep sadness that seemed to echo her own, stopped her in her tracks. She hesitated, then reached into her pocket and pulled out her wallet. It wasn't much, but it was all she had. As she walked towards him, she could feel the weight of the man's gaze upon her, not in a creepy way, but in a way that made her feel like he was seeing right through her, understanding the unspoken story etched onto her tired face. "Here," she said, handing him a few crumpled bills. She wanted to tell him it was okay, that he didn't need to thank her, that she had more than enough. But before she could utter a word, the man did something that made her heart skip a beat. He stood up, his movements stiff from probably days of sitting, and walked towards her. He reached out and gently took hold of her hand, his touch surprisingly firm despite his frail appearance. "You don't understand what this means to me," he said, his grip tightening slightly. In the grand scheme of things, the money was insignificant, but the impact it had, the spark of humanity it ignited, was immeasurable. She walked with him for a few more blocks, listening, empathizing, feeling the warmth of human connection spread through her like a ray of sunshine breaking through the clouds. Days turned into weeks, the city's relentless pace a constant hum in the background. One day, as if drawn by an invisible thread, Sarah found herself walking back to the corner where she first met the man. She walked up to the spot, her eyes scanning the ground, hoping to catch a glimpse of him, to hear his voice, to see the twinkle in his eyes that had both saddened and inspired her. He had reminded her of the worth of every human life and the power of empathy.